How much time do we have? The climate, is it ripe? Is the political climate ripe for this? I'll close with just a little spiritual hint. Right? Nobody knows the day or the hour, but I did find a little hint. My grandma, before she passed away, brought this up to my attention. And I really praise the Lord for this. But in Prophets and Kings, here's a book, an inspired book, I believe, page 605, the author writes, "The trying experience that came to God's people in the days of Esther, they were not peculiar to that age alone. The Revelator, looking down, John, looking down the ages to the close of time, has declared in Revelation 12:17, the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Jesus Christ." And then the author closes. Now this is the closing, almost the closing statement of this author's life, right here. "Some who today are living on the earth will see these words fulfilled." Some, now so I've read that, I go, some who are living today, I thought to myself, well, when did that author write that book? This is the last book this author wrote, and this is the last chapter this author wrote. And a little trivia about that is Prophets and Kings, the last book that the author wrote, was actually published in 1917, 2 years after the author's death. But it was written, it wasn't quite finished when the author died. It was close to being finished, and in the last will and testament of the author told the estate to finish that book, finish the chapter in that book, and produce compilations. This was written in 1915. And you're thinking, that's a long time ago, wasn't it? 1915. How many of us were alive in 1915? Are there people living today that were alive in 1915? Yes. That's right, there sure are. Now, before I show you some of these people, I want you to notice it doesn't say that some who are today living on earth will see Jesus return. That may be the case, but that's not what it says, is it? It says, some who are today will see these words fulfilled. What words? The dragon making war with the remnant of the seed of the woman. That means the last generation, the remnant, or the last generation of God's true people on earth. So she's saying that people alive in 1915 are going to see the dragon making war on the last generation. Are there people alive who were alive in 1915? Well, Italy's Emma Marana just died in 2017, I'm sorry. She was the last person alive that was born in the 1800s. And she was 117 years old, born November of 1899. Isn't that amazing? There's Emma. That's Emma Marano, alive. So she was alive in the 1800s. When she died, Nabi Tajima became the oldest person alive, age 117. There's Nabi. Man, look at that smile. Nabi Tajima. She died in 2018. Okay, so they're going fast, aren't they? People that were alive in 1915, well, she was alive in 1902. She died. Kane Tanaka, who was age 119, born January 3, 1903, Kane Tanaka became the oldest person, and what a beauty. Look at that. She's 119 years old there in the Guinness Book of World Records. Kane Tanaka just died this year. Now, today, our oldest person is Lucille Randon, born in February 11 of 1904. She is 118 years old. The question is, are there people alive today who were alive in 1915? That's right, there sure are. But what's a good way to qualify that? So the qualifier would be, there are people alive today, but not for long. How much time do we have? We don't have long, not long. The dragon making war with the remnant of God's seed is in progress. It has to be. It's in progress right now with this present generation. In last day events, let me just share this one more thing. It says that the substitution of the laws of men for the law of God the exaltation of merely human authority, of Sunday in place of the Bible Sabbath, that is the last act in the drama. When we see that happening, that's the last act in what drama? This great controversy between good and evil, these horrible things that are happening. It says, when the substitution becomes universal, God will reveal himself. He will arise in his majesty to shake terribly the earth. And that shaking of the earth is in the form of the 7 last plagues. That's it.